Hey, it's Naomi. So before we dive in, if you've ever finished an episode feeling like, okay, I needed that, but wish you had something to actually walk you through the healing, well, that's exactly why I built Elevate Me. It's a self-love journey, an AI guided, but it's written in my voice. Meditations, workbook, real tools for real healing. So head on over to studio.com/Naomi to check it out. All right? All right, so let's get into today's episode. We are at our last week of July, the last week of this month's journey. Look at the messenger. We started by talking about being the messenger, and then we talked about the journey from broken to unbroken. Then we talked about the messenger effect, on how your visibility creates permission for others. And now we close this month by having you claim your full messenger story. Not hide it, not minimize it, not apologize for it, but the full story. But you fully own it, because you are the proof, and it's time to claim it. Welcome to the Season of Self-Love Podcast. I am your host, NmW&x, and I am so glad that you are here. As we continue to transform in life, so does this podcast. In Season 5, we're moving differently, more intentional, more action, less learning, more doing, less waiting, and more living. This is a space where we don't just talk about self-love, we practice it. We don't just discuss transformation, we live it. Every episode is an invitation to do the work with me, not just listen to me talk about it. This podcast is brought to you by Ask Naomi and Elevate Me Self-Discovery, where we believe that loving yourself intentionally is a foundation of true transformation. So get ready, get your journal, get your pen, because in Season 5, we're doing the work together. Now let's get started. All right, my beautiful people, again, welcome to the Season of Self-Love Podcast. I'm your host, NmW&x, and today is Mindset Monday. All right, so before we dive into this closing teaching, let's ground ourselves, all right? Today, we are owning our full messenger story, all of it. So wherever you are right now, I want you to close your eyes if you can and get comfortable. Take a deep breath in. Now slowly release. And now I want you to repeat after me. I want you to say to yourself, I own my full story, all of it. Inhale. Exhale. My past, my present, my becoming. Inhale. Exhale. I am not one thing. I am the whole journey. Inhale. Exhale. And I am claiming it all of it. No apologies. One more breath in. Release. And when you are ready, gently open your eyes and let's begin. All right, my beautiful people, if you are new here to this Season of Self-Love Podcast, this is something we do every episode before we get into the topic at hand, all right? All right, so as we close out this month, I want to talk about what it means to claim your full messenger's story. Not the parts that are convenient and not the parts that society approves of, but the whole thing. That you are not one thing. So here's what I realized. I realized that I'm not just a reformed sex worker, that I'm not just a podcaster, that I'm not just an app creator, and I'm not just a survivor, that I'm not just anything. I am the whole woman, the full journey, the complete story. And my messenger story includes all of it. You see, the parts of your story, your full message story includes your past. That's the things that broke you, the choices that weren't great, the industry or the environment or the situation that you were in, the past. And this isn't something to hide or to apologize for. And then we talk about its context. It's the soil where your strength had grew, your struggle. That's the actual work, the hard moments, the times that you wanted to quit. And then the therapy sessions where you cried, the boundaries that you set and lost and then set again. We're talking about the patterns that you broke and the choices that you had to make repeatedly, right? And then the struggle. This isn't for the weakness, This is the evidence of your commitment, of your becoming. So now who you are becoming. Not who you fully become, but who you are actively becoming. But still learning and still growing and still evolving. Right? So then the becoming. This is the permission that you give others because you're not claiming that you have it all figured out. You're claiming you're in the process. All right? So then let's talk about your impact, what you're building, how you're serving, the ripple effect that we talked about, the effect of your transformation, the impact. This is the proof that it wasn't for nothing. All right? So then let's talk about why you avoid owning your full story. Most people they try to claim only parts of their story, just parts of it, not the ugly, nasty part. And honestly, to me, not the real part that allow people to see your true transformation. They claim the good parts, the healed parts, the successful parts. But then they hide the messy parts, the still struggling parts, the I don't have to figure it out parts, those parts. And why? Because owning your full story is too vulnerable for people. And it also means that you're not perfect. It still means that you are working on things. It still means that you have moments of doubt and that you haven't arrived yet. And sometimes it feels like that you're not the authority, or that you're just someone who decided to do the work. And a lot of times that feels risky. But here's the truth. That is what makes you powerful. That it will make you powerful. So now let's talk about the power of the full story. So when you claim your full messenger story, sometimes it shifts where you are no longer trying to prove anything. You're no longer trying to convince anyone that you have it all together, that you're just saying, here's what I went through. Here's what I did. Here's who I am now. Here's where I'm still growing. And because of all that, here's what I have to offer. That's real power. That's the power that changes people. That's the power that changes people. And honestly, that is one of the reasons what gave me the courage to go ahead and release that app. And this is the first of many apps that I will be doing. This is just the beginning. So now let's talk about how claiming your full story protects you. And it might surprise you. Owning your full story actually protects you. People don't believe that. Because when you already claimed all of it, the messy parts, the broken parts, the still growing parts, there's nothing that people can use against you because you've already said it. You've already owned it. So when someone tries to shame you with your past, you say, yeah, that was me. I was there. I survived it. And now I'm here. There's no power in the shame anymore because you have already claimed it. You have already claimed it. So let me model this for you, my story. My full messenger story is I was in the adult industry for years. I made choices. And I say some might be that I'm not proud of and some of them that I am. I survived things that broke me. And that was before I even got into the industry. At times I hid who I was. I performed. I sought out validation from people who couldn't give it to me. I got married to someone who I didn't respect. This was before the industry. And I stayed too long. I also carried the shame that wasn't mine. I built walls. I was a people pleaser. I controlled things. And then I made coaching decisions that I had to redo. I launched things that failed. I had moments of doubt, days where I questioned if I knew what I was doing. Then I had to say, no, you still learning. I'm still learning. I'm still growing. And I'm still becoming. But I survived it all. I survived a toxic marriage. I survived the adult industry. I've gotten remarried. I got married again, not remarried to the first person, but I got remarried again. I got married again. I've done my work. I built a coaching practice that genuinely helps people. I created a podcast with thousands of listeners. I launched the Elevate Me app. I'm building Our Souls Are Not Lost Foundation. I have a partner who loves and respects me. I have 3 amazing daughters that I'm leading, I'm teaching, I'm serving. I'm proof that transformation is real. And that is my full messenger story. All of my messenger story. You see, I got tongue tied in. All of it. And no apologies for it. Not one. So a lot of people ask, what happens when you claim it? What happens when you claim your full messenger story? You give others permission to do the same. You're not asking them to erase their past or pretend that it didn't happen. What you're doing is that you're modeling, you acknowledging where you came from, and you embracing who you are becoming. And so you don't have to choose, that you are showing them the full story, all of it, the broken parts, the healed parts, and that's what makes you powerful. What you're doing is you're creating a world where people don't have to hide, where transformation includes the journey, not just the destination, where you're allowed to be messy and purposeful, broken and building, lost and found, all at the same time. So here's my invitation to you at this time. What is your full messenger? Not just the recovery or the recovered parts, but the whole thing. Can you claim it? Can you own it? Can you walk around knowing that you've already said it all, so there's nothing left for people to use against you? Can you be that powerful? Can you? All right, my beautiful people, well, it's come time to where we are having our closing affirmation, all right? So if you can repeat after me, all right? I am the whole woman. I am the whole man. I am the whole person. I am my past. I am my struggle. I am my becoming. I am my impact. I claim my full messenger story. All of it. No apologies, no hiding, no shame. I am broken and building. I am lost and found. I am healing and healed, all at the same time. And that makes me powerful. I am reclaimed. I am unashamed. And I am unstoppable. All right? All right, my beautiful people. Well, we spent this month looking at the messenger. We talked about staying visible, about the journey from broken to unbroken, about the messenger effect. And now we close this month, and I'm asking you to claim your full messenger. your full messenger story, not parts of it, but all of it, because the world needs to hear your whole story. Not a polished version, but a whole story. Your whole story. So before I close this out, I want to just share a story with you. This past week, I spoke with several of my family members, and I believe early on in this series that I talked about them owning their story, but not only owning their story, but also being the messenger and understanding what that is. And I actually had a chance to talk to two of them this week. And we had some great conversations. And they've been listening to the podcast, and they've been listening to the show. And they say, I know you're talking about me. They both say, I know you're talking about me. And the thing is I'm not just talking about them. I'm talking about us all. I'm talking about us all not understanding how powerful and truly that our journey has been, and how beneficial that it is for someone else, that it's a gift for someone else. Your blessings, your miracles, your struggles are a gift for someone else. It allows them permission to be able to see what gifts that came in their life, if that makes sense. So if those loved ones are listening, and anyone else that are listening that have been struggling about sharing their story or about living in their purpose, your struggle is a part of your purpose. Your pain is a part of your purpose. Your struggle is your strength. All right? All right, so now on Action Wednesday, we're going to close this month together. We are going to claim our stories as a community. But for now, I want you to just sit with this, that you are proof. You are the proof, and you are your full story in your power. All right? So until Wednesday, this is your girl, Goddess Nami Banks, celebrating you, your whole story, your full journey. That's your message, all right? And if you're ready to continue this journey of claiming your full self with guided support to move through that phase 4 integration and elevation, where you step fully into your power, and that's at Elevate Me, is here, where you integrate everything and claim your full identity. You can learn more from Elevate Me, Naomi, or you can go directly straight to the app at studio.com/elevate me. And hey, if it's something in today's episode that hit home for you, I want to hear about it. Text me or leave a voice note using the link right in our show notes, all right? So again, be good to one another and yourselves, and always keep it sexy. Love yourself first so you can love other well. And remember, we do have a YouTube channel, The Season of Self-Love. Check it out, where you can see, videos of me speaking right now, backstage, back scenes, and all those things, all right? So again, have an amazing day.